Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys, this is from the Daily Dot. It's dated June 1st, 2021. I'm going to be covering more of this if I can find info on it. The secret to Scientology's recruitment on Craigslist. Doesn't that sound like a violation? Sounds like a violation to me. The next time you're hunting for a new roommate or just a nicer couch, keep your wits about you. Is that like a Scientology? I don't know. That looks very Freemasonic. That image looks Masonic. Oh, all these ads. People wash up at Craigslist looking for all kinds of stuff. It's vulnerable right there, too. Jobs, apartments, sex, love. But all anyone visiting the website really needs, as far as a few ardent believers are concerned, is to join the Church of Scientology. A Scientology recruiter, in fact. I wonder what his name was, because, of course he's not there, right? It's such success drawing new members to his mission through Craigslist, enough to annoy Anonymous. Wow, 2021, they're coming back? That would be great, wouldn't it? As it turns out, that he or she drew up a handy memo about best practices when it comes to Cyber Dissemination Club. That doesn't sound militant, does it? Cyber means using computers in this context. Isn't it amazing how they can use the internet for these things, though, right? You would think they'd be smart enough to get on the internet and figure it out if they could, The author helpfully informs us. The document titled Craigslist Hat Write-Up. Okay, we got to remember that one. I've heard this before. Hat being Scientology slang for a specific job within the organization. Would they get $47 a week? Or as in this case, the instructor's particular to a given church task walks a newcomer through Craigslist mechanics and then demonstrates how nearly any subsection, from groups and classes to politics and household services, free labor, anyone? Can serve as launching point for the Scientology pitch. They had to get the household services, didn't they? Because they need more maids, and of course they love the children to do all the cleaning and kitchen work. Can serve as a launching point for the Scientology pitch. There are some tips for properly saturating the site without getting flagged, too. Of course, right? People need to go in and flag those big time. I had to brighten it up a little bit here. The author of the memo claims to have sold a great many people on Dianetics courses with ads as varied as class for dealing with breakup or divorce. Can you imagine this? You guys know what they do to the married couples. They're really notorious for splitting them up, and and they of course love to get the minors married so then they can legally abuse them, along with R1 visa fraud. But what do I know? Seminar for stress and depression. Yeah, go into Scientology, it will cause you plenty of that. I mean, probably on the outside, some of these are kind of good. That's how they get people in. And a Lovers of Wisdom activity group. Can you imagine Lovers of Wisdom from L. Ron Hubbard? Can you just imagine? Black tooth, pot belly, failed military bum that likes to take drugs, and he believes kissing 7-year-old girls on the mouth is okay. And the rumor is, there's plenty of rumors, this is my opinion from what I've heard, that L. Ron Hubbard sexually abused his daughter Diane. There were a lot of people that came out of Scientology in the old days that had audited L. Ron Hubbard, and they equivocally state that L. Ron Hubbard admitted in his auditing sessions to sexually abusing his young daughter Diane. Just look it up. It's not defamation when it's true. When people call or email and reply, they're told they need an L. Ron Hubbard book or an appointment with a Scientology officiant. Like what, a 14-year-old? But even so, Craigslist posters are warned about giving too much away. Do not explain Dianetics or Scientology over the phone, the guide stresses. Yeah, that's what L. Ron Hubbard tells them. Boy, I can't talk today, man. I'm going to slow my roll. More importantly, it is crucial to pinpoint the customer's ruin. Well, they love that. Your ruin, okay, they're telling you here, i.e., the one thing in his life he will pay almost anything to overcome. Wonder if that's why that young lady, that European, beautiful Katya, jumped out of the window when she took the personality test and she killed herself. Yeah. They found her ruin, maybe? Once that issue is identified, it's a simple matter of convincing the recruit that their problem is one that Scientology can effectively treat. While some ads, like free DVD Scientology, an overview are fairly straightforward about the intention of distributing Dianetics materials, many others bear no sign of Hubbard's imprint. A free consultation for local singles, to take one example, was deliberately vague. It's really, when you think about this, so diabolical and manipulative. It's really disgusting. Are you single? How long has it been since you had a relationship? Do you feel that there is anything you would like to improve about yourself or about your situation in life in order for you to get a good relationship? You need to do a specific kind of personality test. You know, it's always the one-trick pony, you know, which will show you what you need to improve about yourself. Yeah, where they invert it and tell you how effed up you are. That's another inversion. Everything's inverted. It's black magic. You need to improve about yourself to help you start a successful romantic relationship. For a limited time, this is a church, right? This is a church. For a limited time, we are doing free testing and consultation for singles. That's the bait. Call 916-925-2545 to take advantage of this offer. Wonder if that phone number is still running. Another listing with the headline, Reach Your Potential as an Artist, omitted even a mention of the personality test. Are you a creative person who is running into blocks? Do you feel limited in your creative ability? Whether it's writing, composing, oh, they love to get the artists, you guys. Go listen to Mangotology, what they did to him. Whether it's writing, composing, painting, acting, dancing, anything, you run into barriers. Yeah, and give it like 6 months, they'll have you working in the kitchen. Trust me. Find out how to get rid of them. You are powerful artists, and you can reach your full potential. And then there's the number. Posts about self-help lectures and reading partners similarly obscured their true intentions. Yeah, FBI's fine with all this stuff. They don't have a problem with any of it. It looks like fraud in plain sight, doesn't it? with casual references to a nonprofit organization, meaning the Religious Technology Center, RTC, a body that controls the various trademarks of Dianetics and Scientology. We are a nonprofit group composed of people who are interested in life improvement, becoming happier and more successful in life. Reads an ad under the heading, "Let go of your past and make new positive friends." Where the author really cuts loose, though, is in the political discussion forums. That's a great place to lure people in, isn't it? I heard they tell people who to vote for in Scientology, too. I don't know. I tell them everything else. Boy, I just had a light bulb moment right now. Here, Hubbard's somewhat justified suspicion of the U.S. government. Yeah, that he, somehow miraculously was able to evade for how many years? Come on. As well as his crippling paranoia about the field of psychiatry. Yeah, even though that's all he was promulgating was psychiatry methods, are parroted to grandiose effect. Readers are informed about the corruption of the country's mental health system. Yeah, because they snubbed him. Conspiracy theories, they got to keep using this. I'm so tired of it. Conspiracy theories are spun around Big Pharma and supporters of universal human rights. Can you imagine that Scientology has a nerve to say they support human rights? What they do to the children, what they do to each other. Our urge to visit a website for youth for human rights. Can you imagine that, you guys? Have children scrubbing all kinds of things with toothbrushes, garbage cans, dumpsters, toilets, floors, which is scrubbing something with a little small tool is helping to entrain your brain. It's part of the mind control. Universal human rights are urged to visit a website for Youth for Human Rights International, another group established and overwhelmingly staffed by Scientologists. This is not merely a commercial technique either. It has a scriptural, come on, significance as well. Scriptural? Who's writing this? In large type at the head of the document is a quote. So that's not scriptural. There's nothing scriptural about it. Hubbard ain't a god. Is a quote so badly worded it can only be Hubbard's. On the principle that if you don't communicate, you aren't. It behooves us as an organization, if we are to exist in the public consciousness, to put out communication particles. In other words, spreading one's ideas around is almost as good as finding people to accept them. This person's really talking well about Scientology. I don't like that. The church's genius I don't think it's genius, I just think it's manipulative. I'm going to change genius to manipulation. The church's manipulation has always been to attract converts with a wide array of promises and through as many channels as possible and to all appearances. Let me just touch on that just for a minute. Some of the channels that I have realized, in my studying, prisons, they love to get prisoners. They love to get people addicted to drugs or alcohol, and including children. They get some of those through the high schools. They love to go to elementary schools. They love to they love to get connected with the police officers to help them recruit as well. Isn't that great? Like Drug Free America. What's the one that not Debbie Cook, but Jan Eastgate, she's still in charge of, because, all she did was coach a child to lie about sexual abuse. I forget what charge is that? When you're lying to the courts? Perjury? Yeah, perjury is one of them. But coaching a witness, I think that's called. She is still in charge of citizens' commissions on, I believe, human rights. Can you imagine that? They got all these like little antennae. And then it doesn't count all the Scientology businesses and then they just insulate themselves. And honestly, people that join it as adults, not knowingly, because the mind control starts really slowly, they're slowly isolating and insulating themselves from the rest of society by agreeing to all of this, by agreeing to cut your family members off, by agreeing to not be around anyone who talks badly about Scientology or asks any questions. And then it gets more and more. You can't report crimes to police and all this stuff. And everybody's in on it. They're fine with it. They're fine with getting checks from child labor, you know. Converts with a wide array of promises and through as many channels as possible, and to all appearances. Craigslist happens to be perfectly engineered toward that strategy. The author claims, I don't know why they keep saying that. Oh, they're reading they're getting their information from somewhere else. The author claims that each of his featured sample ads has gotten at least one response. So the next time you're hunting for a new roommate or just a nicer couch, keep your wits about you. Before you know it, you might be an operating Thetan. So I will leave that in the link, the description. I mean, you guys know what I mean. Chemo brain. I will leave the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.